Now broadcasting from the Next Gen Conservative Studio in sunny South Florida, bringing you the latest in politics, current events, and pop culture. This is the Whitfield Report with Sam Whitfield.
Yo, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Whitfield Report. And I am your host, not Sam Whitfield, as you might be able to tell. Sam, what's going on? He's on location.
Well, I'm on vacation this week at an undisclosed location.
A vacation? I thought you said you were on location. I thought you were, like, covering some breaking news, Sam.
Well,
You wrote this off on your expense report. What the... Never mind.
Well, I did write this off, but what I've been doing is I've been working hard on writing the third book in the Shadows of Deception saga.
Oh, this makes perfect sense. In a cabin in the woods, because if you don't get it done in time, I'm going to come down there and hobble you. Gotcha.
Yeah, exactly.
Because the audience demands the next book. They want to know what happens. They need their story, Sam.
Yeah. No, this is going to be the wrap up for the first season. So the story's not like done yet, but it is interesting because with all these protests happening across the country and everything in the Middle East, and now like possible presidential assassination attempts, like everything that's happening in real life, I'm able to now fold into the story. Which is
possible scenarios that hypothetically resemble the idea of an assassination of somebody important to politics is not. It's just a plan. It resembles that. It looks a lot like that, but it's not like that. That's what I've been told anyway by the people that wrote those plans to totally not assassinate Trump, right? Don't want to give out any misinformation, Sam.
Yeah, I don't know what, in all honesty, I don't know what's been going on. I really haven't been paying much attention to social media while I've been up here. So
have you been paying attention to the stream, Sam? Because I want to mention the elephant in the room before we get off into politics. So if it's Max taking over because you were on vacation, so the joke was to take it over, and I see it works perfectly on Rumble, which is great because that was the only thing I wasn't gonna be sure of. Is as soon as I hit go, are we actually gonna be live? Turns out we are. We even had the intro. Of course, I'm filling in for Sam this week because he's out in the woods, being a lumberjack. Isn't that right?
Yeah.
He's out there chopping trees and hunting his dinner with his bare hands.
Are you enjoying nature, Sam?
Yep, I am enjoying nature and
going for lots of hikes.
I mean, I've got tires on the wheelchair tread, so yes.
Okay, good save.
Which is,
almost tripped you up again.
Well, in all honesty, it's really like how I would hike. In all honesty, it's like I would just
stay on the trails.
Well, that or if I need to go off terrain, like I imagine that you're a strong guy, so I would just I would hop on your back and I would say, surely, let's hike up this hill.
That's funny because see, Sam, Max is a giant, and I've always said that when I finally go up to where Max is at, that I'm going to ride him like a piggyback, right?
He has
excuse me, giddy up, little kitten.
To be fair, he has been very aggressive about this suggestion for a few years now, for sure.
It's just hilarious. I mean, it's the classic big guy, little guy trope.
Yeah.
Absolutely hilarious.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I was saying.
So you're the DeVito in this situation?
I'm planning now, guys. Like, for sure, I'm going to go. And anybody else who wants to join and meet up with all our friends from the Whitfield Report, Right to Offend Media, and so on, we're going to be heading out to the Capitol. I'm going to film some shit. We'll probably have, like, T-shirts and stuff, and we'll talk to people and probably stay away from protests, especially if Sam's good. That's why I want to stay around, Sam. I have an excuse. No, that looks.
You got to have at least one couple.
We can't go over
there. Yeah, I mean, it'll be interesting. I definitely want to go to DC too.
Who am I kidding? Sam's gonna drag me into trouble, ladies and gentlemen.
No, I'm not. I'm not.
Him back. Like, come on, Sam.
No, I'm not Nick Fuentes. I'm not Nick Fuentes. I don't get paid to, to lure people into protests.
No, but you do get drunk, and you. Anyway, I think it would be fun. Anybody, a couple of us will certainly meet up and have some fun. I'm going, Sam. Like, I've already kind of put a plan in motion. I know what I'm gonna do.
Yeah. One Trump wins, and I'm in the same boat. Like, I am planning on that.
On the off chance that it's the inauguration for the other guy, I don't want to be there because that's bad juju.
Yeah, I don't want to be there. I don't want to be there either.
But as for this, it would be historic, Sam. It would be the first time a president to be reelected after losing an election. It'll be Trump. We'll be hopefully have some people from all the shows there. Maybe not, but that's cool. Anybody who can come, and we'll film and we'll talk to some people. Maybe talk to some protesters. Sounds like fun.
I would just honestly hope that, like, once Trump gets into we should. Well, hopefully by then inflation will.
That's a merchandise idea, Sam. We should sell Right to Offend Media press badges because, ladies and gentlemen, you're all the press.
Yes, we are. We are the media.
We are the media, damn it.
As Andrew Breitbart once famously said. So.
Nothing's more offensive to them than people noticing shit. So I'm for that. Asking questions. Oh my God, you're not allowed to ask questions, Sam. Hey, did it seem fishy how all these fucking pipes burst in the election night fucking thing? Nah, you can't ask a question, you conspiracy theorist. You're an insurrectionist. You should go to jail. Yeah. No, I say we sell press badges. Anybody can just use the press badge, and you are the press. You're officially endorsed by Right to... I don't care what you fucking say either. You could be the furthest lefty motherfucker in the world.
People don't think about the implication.
Whitfield Report correspondent.
That's right.
People don't think about the implication for the word press. Right? They think of, CNN, Fox News. The press is referring to the printing press.
Mm-hmm.
It's anyone who could publish.
Yeah.
That's why those press badges don't mean anything. That's why we could literally just print it. And if they see it say press on it, it's up to a cop on the street or a security guard whether he wants to argue with you or not. Are you real press? Are you that much of a pain in his ass? Is his break in 5 minutes? Because if his break's in 5 minutes, then fine, you're fucking press. Go. Whatever. Who cares? Tell me I'm wrong.
Yeah, and we listen, honestly, like even like liberal, like independent journalists often ask like better questions than corporate media.
Right, because nobody's paying them, telling them what to fucking say.
Yeah.
And
so, like,
in this case of us selling a press badge, It's you paying us to say whatever the fuck you want. I'm okay with that, actually. I think we should do that. But
Yeah.
certainly if we go, we're gonna have press badges just for that reason. I'll be like, and I kind of, Sam, I want to put like a little clip art middle finger, like real small on it. So if they look too close.
Yeah, I like that idea. Totally.
Yeah, because citizen journalist is the same as journal journalist. There's nothing in our Constitution that respects a corporation more than a fucking individual. That's insane.
There have been bill proposals to change that, but none have.
Before we get into the news, we got all kinds of shit going on for free speech's sake right here on the Whitfield Report, like being able to say you should buy The Fourth Estate by Mr. Sam Whitfield, guest on the Whitfield Report tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Round of applause for Sam.
Guest on his own show.
Guest on his own show. That's meta, and it actually doesn't happen very often in radio.
No. But the third book is coming out soon.
But you want the first and second book, so you're caught up, because this, I'm imagining, Sam, having now read the first and second book without giving any spoilers to our audience, and since we have such an esteemed author as a guest, I do have to point out that, yes, I am, in fact, a fan, although it's embarrassing to point out you're a fan when you're interviewing somebody sometimes. I really am, and I'm looking forward to the final book, which I know the title, because if you read the second book, you know the title, is going to be ending this trilogy with a bang, Sam. I feel it in my gut that you're building up a lot of different plot points here. And drawing from the news in a little bit of way, draw from the headlines, as they say. And so you can kind of see where it's building up to, but it's one of those cases where I just want to see how it ends anyway. Even if I'm predictive of what I think's going to happen, that's fine, because it's a fine piece of literature. Of course, Shadows of Deception and The Fourth Estate you should read first to get in. And maybe once the third one comes out, there will be some kind of bundle deal where you could get all three. But regardless, I have to shill for that. But that's not all we're doing for free speech here on the Whitfield Report, ladies and gentlemen. Because also, we just launched, successfully might I add, a game-centered podcast featuring a good friend of the show, obvious co-host of the show, Mortheous. Mortheous, why don't you tell us about that if you don't mind?
Thursday nights at 9 o'clock. We've got Bits and Bones, myself, Core, and Dalek.
That's 9 o'clock Eastern
just bullshit
Standard
about video
time?
games. Eastern Standard Time. We three buddies just bullshit about what's going on in the gaming news that week.
Yeah, and Core,
and I will be ranting for the second week in a row about CDPR.
Right, you went off a little bit about Wizards of the Coast last week. You had kind of built up to it too, and you come from the Magic side, and I find that interesting because I'm one of those guys. I got into Magic in like middle school, and then kind of realized I was wasting too much money on it, so I sold the cards. But I've always been a D&D guy, and so from seeing it the complete opposite end, I have a whole list of fucking grievances with this company too, right?
Right.
You know, with the changes to the OGL, which is the Open Gaming License for those that are unaware, meaning you could make and sell content for their game essentially using their rule set without paying like an exorbitant fee. It's been part of the game since the inception, so that there's a lot of content on the market, and they get essentially a little cut, but they don't take like much, you know. And so yeah, they've changed that to basically we own your shit, we can reproduce it and sell it, and you can't make a dime and things like that. And that transformed into a whole thing. Plus, they're going full woke with we've mentioned this on the show before, the wheelchair rules, right?
Yep.
Which is fine. Look, I like the idea of being able to make like an overpowered tank wheelchair as a thing. Like having rules for that is kind of cool. But there's a meme I saw. I think I shared it with you guys. That really kind of sums it up. Because if you have paralysis in the D&D universe, there's the spell called Heal that like removes that status effect. So
Right.
even if you want to be the wheelchair guy, if the cleric accidentally chants for greater blessing of heal, now you can walk. Whether you want to or not is
right. So it's just simply wouldn't make sense to do that.
Right. It's
my whole thing is like, why would someone want to live out their disability in like a fantasy world?
That's my issue too.
When they don't have to.
Self-insert, I'll tell you, as Dungeon Master, self-insert characters only work if it's your first time playing and you're being like self-aware. So like if your self-insert character is like for many women, it'll be like a naive character that doesn't, they lived in an idyllic background or something, right? Because they don't know what's going on. They are actually naive and new to the game. That's the only kind of self-insert that actually works. Any other kind of self-insert seems narcissistic, self-aggrandizing, and poorly written almost universally.
Well, it's also funny because, like, actually, one of the criticisms that I've gotten from the Shadows of Deception saga is that I don't self-insert myself in the book.
Right. I've noticed that.
And so, I'm like, why?
Now, I will say this. Perhaps there's elements of your main character, John, that are, things you wish to aspire to. That's obvious, right? But
sure.
He is not a self-insert for you at all. He has his own set of motivations, essentially.
No, it in fact, like I've actually shared, like he's not so much a self-insert as much as like he's inspired by a lot of veterans who I actually have met in real life, and I've kind of taken the best, traits of the people that I've met IRL and put them into that character, which is what generations of authors have done. Like that used to be how character creation was, forever.
Right. But before I derail that ad read, essentially, for the Bits and Bones podcast, because that's kind of what that's the kind of thing, we could talk about on there. If you guys ever want to talk about D&D, I got some shit to say. But you guys have done a wonderful job. Like I say, Core is a friend of mine for fucking ages. He's been to my home. He's a great guy. Tim, I've known for ages as well. He's a interesting cat. You guys have been having some great numbers, even sometimes surpassing our own here on the Whitfield Report, which is impressive. And so in the spirit of that, we're actually introducing another podcast. I've mentioned it before. I'd always mentioned the concept of a woman cast or some kind of podcast of women. And I did the impossible, Sam. We put it together. If it works, hey, that's on them, right?
Hashtag Chitcast.
But as of this weekend, I'd like to introduce first-time guest on the Whitfield Report, Chibi Riri, who is on the show. Would you like to tell us a bit about that?
Hi, guys. Absolutely.
Hi, Chibi.
Hey, Sam.
Hey, Chibi.
Mort. Smooly. Yes, I would absolutely love to tell you guys about the show. So it's going to be Saturday mornings. Haven't figured out exactly when. Probably like 10 or 11 Eastern Standard Time. And it's going to be 4 married women just talking about pop culture, women things, non-women things, and just whatever comes across our desk, really.
Yeah, certainly you guys have come with a lot of ideas and things. I've been keeping notes because there's a lot of energy coming into it. I think It's gonna be interesting at the very least, right? And it seems like it's already been a lot of fun. So, what was the name of the show?
Absolutely.
I'd like to give it the floor to you for it. What is the name of the show?
So we're the sandwich makers.
Nice.
Sick.
Love it.
Nice.
So yeah, this weekend we kind of got together and you guys just chatted for a while already. I was it was fun.
There was absolute magic going on. All of the ladies are bringing something different to the table. We've got Max's wife, the one and only Maxine Sand, also is one of the co-hosts. So
Yep.
you know it's going to be fun.
I have to ask you, Chibi, where do you get your ideas?
Rap music mostly.
Gangsta rap made me do it.
That's a surprisingly good answer.
Yeah, that's an amazing answer. That's the same answer I would give. Yeah, so yeah, it'll be fun. Obviously, they're all married women. My wife and another lady on the show are mothers. Others are not. But,
yeah, we're two cat moms.
But
as well. There are two moms and two cat moms.
It's definitely an interesting perspective because you don't hear a lot from married women who aren't trying to be like, oh, I'm a trad wife. That's kind of why I think it works because that shit's so fake and gay.
Oh gosh, yeah. Our first feature is on Just Pearly Things. Just kidding.
Yeah, well, somebody came up with the idea of like a creep of the week, which I think is great. Where you guys will point out somebody who's like a creeper on the internet each week and kind of laugh at them. That's kind of hilarious.
Yeah, that was Bree's idea. She's super excited about that.
Yeah, I think that's a good
one. So kind of pointing out your own lockout of the week?
Yeah, basically.
And
we pointing them out like we're open for suggestions. We also have a Discord that you can like, if you have any suggestions or anything, send them to me or to Sam or to Max, and we'll get them to the Discord if you have any suggestions for the show for the sandwich makers.
Yeah.
Of
course, you could always put in the Whitfield Report Gilded server, which I believe the link is in the description.
Yes.
Oh, wonderful.
Yes, it is. Poor Mersh. How many more times will the internet laugh at him? So.
We got a couple of comments from chat. Dip says, I will not be in the audience. That's fair. Hey, I expect
thank goodness.
Some of our male audience is not going to be interested in the show, but you got to admit there might be an audience. That's exactly the point.
My gosh, my heart is broken. Especially because Dip won't be there.
Joe Fish Jr. says, are you pro-patriarchy?
My pro-patriarchy? Is that a question directed at me?
I think so, yeah.
I'm kind of a normie, so I'm still learning all the terms and stuff like that. I don't know. I don't think so.
That's kind of a yes, actually.
Joe's kind of a normie too.
This is how like far left politics work, right? Is if you're not for the thing, you're their enemy.
Oh.
Right, so if you're not against the patriarchy, you're part of the problem. That's how they kind of see the world. Yeah, if you're not like...
I guess I'm part of the problem.
If you're not hip to the newest thing that just popped up 2 days ago in the inner city, you're a Nazi. That's basically how they look at things. Not that the far right is much better in that regard, but yeah. Yeah, so you're basically part of the patriarchy. Welcome to the, we'll get you a uniform or something.
God damn it.
Oh, wait. It's probably your work uniform, actually.
God damn it. If anybody's curious about what he means by that, I happen to be an elementary school lunch lady.
Yeah.
We've also got another who is actually, I think we have 2 stay-at-home moms, and then the other is a receptionist. So.
Yeah. Yeah, and
it's a different jobs.
Yeah, you guys were cracking me up with some of the stuff. I know women aren't funny or whatever. Shmuley's going to chime in, but I was laughing.
LOL.
I was...
Yeah. I don't know. If you were laughing, I think that's a good sign.
Yeah. So yeah, that
You were having fun. That's the important part.
A lot of fun, and I appreciate, of course, you coming and chilling for that. I think for everybody, this is like their first podcast as well, so they might be a little nervous. If you want to help, give them some support out in chat. I actually think that they like. It's not gonna be a politics show, chat, basically, because they're more into like pop culture shit. But as you know, fucking culture's downstream from politics. It's probably gonna like come up offhandedly, but I don't think that like it's about arguing about politics at all, chat. Although a couple people had suggested it's like the base view. That's the one I keep hearing repeated to me. And
my God.
I think that's kind of accurate because you're not like a bunch of rich, insulated Hollyweird women. You're just like normal. So
I prefer the gender-bended Whitfield report. Thank you.
Yeah. I think it's more like, I think you guys are more going to talk about like internet culture and fucking movies and music if I would have to take a guess.
Probably. And, I mean, sure, politics will be thrown in there, but these days, you know, what isn't filled with politics?
Yeah.
That is sad but true.
I wish gaming wasn't.
Yeah.
Our political show is an answer to that question. We're not filled that then. So that's kind of the point, chat. People get too toxic about fucking politics nowadays. We're trying to have some shows where people just talk about a common interest, and if you working class, real people, you know what I mean? Not grifters like, today I want you to like, comment, and subscribe. Click the bell notification. Like, just real working
and
class
don't forget
people.
to buy the Fourth Estate.
That's true, though. then you can take Sam from work, and he can knock on the door and get in the club that we're all not part of. And so yeah, that's all the chilling today. If you want to hang around, that's by all means. But if you've got stuff to do, you can.
Oh gosh, no, I would love to hang around.
Cool.
Thank you.
What did we have in the news? I had to cut one off. What was it? The warrant that was unsealed. Sam, I know you want to get in on this one, right?
Oh yeah, I just want to know what. Basically, like, I just want to know what happened, supposedly, because, like I said, like, I hadn't checked Twitter in a few days, and, I come back, and, I checked Twitter for the first time today in a while, and, I saw these people saying, "Oh my God, Biden tried to assassinate Trump," or whatnot, or like, "Oh my God, the FBI tried to kill Trump," or something like that.
Yeah.
Basically.
So technically, what it is like they played out a hypothetical war game like scenario where they would have to kill Trump, essentially, and so they were like, basically, the deep state's excuse on this, Sam, is, we meant in Minecraft. That's basically
it's standard procedure.
Do you buy that, Sam? Do you buy that it's a hypothetical in Minecraft assassination attempt and they never, ever, even for 1 second, considered it?
I mean, is the sky blue?
Yeah. Yeah, the FBI.
Sometimes.
I was just the other day, like, I forget even why it came up. I was talking to Chibi in a chat, and I explained the Tuskegee experiment to her, where
oh God, I'm still scarred from that.
If you don't know, chat, after World War II, our government took like 3,000-ish healthy young black men, veterans, all of them, by the way, fought in World War II, and injected them with what they called a vaccine and gave them the equivalent today of about $500. It was pocket money. You know, it might help you make the rent for a month, but it's not going to change your life kind of money. But the shot changed their life because the shot was actually syphilis. And not only were they not told that they had syphilis, but the point was not to treat the syphilis so they could see what happens. And then they followed these guys for the next 20 to 30 years, watching them unravel mentally because
So messed up.
syphilis causes psychosis, and specifically telling all of their doctors not to intervene because this is the experiment. If your government would do that, yeah, they might think about shooting Trump or whatever. I would definitely consider they're on the list of suspects, is all I'm saying.
Well, it also comes down to how nebulous these things are, right?
Mhm.
Like, you're telling me, like, it doesn't require some grand strategy for some idiots to fucking plan dumb bullshit, right?
Yeah.
My-
No, it's true. I saw
Like, it
I
takes
saw
literally
Apex out
like
in the chat. Jump into the Gilded whenever you get the moment. You'll see which one we're in.
I haven't looked at this, but is this essentially like a white paper? Like, if hypothetical happens, then we could.
But
Yeah,
it was cited in a warrant relating to some January 6th documents that they were trying to procure or something. So basically, as I understand it, and I could be wrong, so forgive me, but I've read a couple of things about this today. The warrant was to find files related to January 6th, and among those files was a white paper where it was written between the point where the election happened and the inauguration. It wasn't specifically about January 6th, but it was the concept that if Trump refused to give up power peacefully, that they would assassinate him. That's what it says. And it was among this collection of January 6th documents that they were seizing, probably to put another grandpa in prison for 30 years for pointing at the fucking podium or whatever bullshit they're pulling these days.
yeah.
So that's I think the closest to the full story about this you're gonna get, Sam. So what do you think? They didn't mean it. It's in Minecraft. What do we got?
I think I just think that the fourth estate, I might need to reclassify it from fiction to nonfiction here soon because man,
it's a little on the nose, don't you think?
Yeah, it's anyone who thinks that we aren't run by a shadow government at this point is naive.
It's so hard not to spoil specific things in the book, but man, yeah, you kind of stumbled onto some shit, Sam.
It's hard not to spoil the book when real life keeps spoiling it for everyone. So,
but yeah, so their oops are bad in Minecraft. So we're all accepting of that. That's fine, right? We'll just move on.
Sure.
My biggest issue is before the election in 2020, they had this giant fucking conniption fit. Oh my god, Trump's going after his political rival, blah blah blah. For fucking months. But now, Biden going after Trump is fine.
Lock her up. Did we lock her up? I don't think we locked her up, actually. I think we kind of gave up on that when it realized, practically, maybe it's just not worth the time and effort, but not for them, you see. No, the other side is like, no, it's worth all the time and effort. We need Orange Man in prison forever to make me feel safe at night when I go to sleep, hugging my fucking Hillary Clinton plushie doll.
And did you see, speaking of Hillary Clinton, did you see that
did she die?
Tulsi? Oh, no.
Damn it. Don't tease me, Sam.
Unfortunately, not yet. Too much adrenochrome from children, but no.
By the way, I have no information that would ever lead to anything happening to Hillary Clinton except nice and wonderful things. Go on.
No, neither do I. Tulsi Gabbard, on the other hand, though, is suing Hillary, or is going to try to for defamation.
Yeah, because she called her a fucking Russian agent, and she'll probably win, actually.
Yeah, and And like, as Tulsi explained when she was on Joe Rogan's podcast, like, that's actually a serious accusation because like Tulsi is still part of the armed forces, and so for a politician to essentially accuse like an armed serviceman of being a foreign asset, like that's pretty
That's pretty serious, yeah, right?
That's
yeah, that's
literally the
pretty
definition of defamation. Yeah.
yeah, and so like
Unless it's true, she better be able to believe that, or I guess you should be able to produce evidence, I guess, that means that you would have had reason to believe that it's true. Sometimes people lose that part. Like, you can say some wild shit about people that's not defamation if you have reason to believe that it's true. So
yeah,
it
but
can
like
be
important
untrue,
qualifiers,
but
right?
you have reason to believe it. So then, to win this case, she'll probably settle it. By the way, Hillary's probably going to settle this case. But if she doesn't,
Probably.
she's got to prove that I have reason to believe you worked for Russia, and that is an uphill battle.
But Hillary has also done this like repeatedly. She accused Trump in 2016 after the election of being a Russian agent.
Yeah,
Like, that was all her. And then she accused Tucker Carlson too. Hell, people forget
but she wasn't
that like
as specific in either of those cases. That's why I think Tulsi wins this.
Right.
She was much more specific to say that Tulsi actually worked for the government of Russia, rather than saying Trump or Tucker are Russian actors, essentially, on behalf of, or shills. That's not necessarily defamation, because she could say her reason to believe that is because of this policy or that way he talks or this thing he says, right? But it's a whole different story from saying, I know she works for them under contract to the Russian government, which is what she said about Tulsi. That's why there's no case. Plus, in the case of Trump, I think he just thought that she ain't worth it because he already beat her.
Well, the other thing too is like if Hillary could have accused Obama of being a Russian asset in 2008, she would have done it because we all know that she actually secretly hated Obama.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah, that's another story for another time.
Likely still does.
So, oh yeah.
So what else we got in the news, Sam? Anything else you wanted to get on this week?
No, other than I did a really like I did a demo of ChatGPT 4.0 on
my God,
on
Sam.
the Monday show.
Yeah, you got everybody to tune out at exactly 8 minutes and 30 seconds after fucking 3 minutes of you typing one word as you say one word.
Yes.
I got trolled so hard, Sam, by watching that.
I was there too. That was freaking hilarious.
Yes, it was not my best radio moment, I will say, but you know, I will say this though.
He was just so fucking excited about ChatGPT, guys, that he just had to like make the worst podcast ever.
Don't be mean. Sammy's a nerd.
I know. That's why, because it's so wholesome and genuine and authentic.
Yes.
He was just like, look, it does all this fucking shit. Let me show you. And me showing you, it equates to him doing one word at a time every 10 seconds.
It's like listening to someone that's passionate talk about something that they love, even if you have no idea what they're talking about. If they're passionate about it, it's fun to listen to, right?
Yeah.
Kind of like Bits and Bones.
It was still.
Yeah, exactly, Mort.
It was still better than the actual demo that OpenAI did, though. So
you should have done more about that. You're in a cabin right now, Sam, right? In the woods?
Yeah, I should have.
That's interesting, isn't it?
Yeah.
ChatGPT was his passion for that moment. He got
He had to
lost.
ask for help in Morse code.
This motherfucker's been doing a podcast for 16 years. Forgot how to do a podcast because he was just so into this. I thought it was kind of great, actually.
Yeah, sometimes Sammy, it's very adorable. He turns into like a little kid.
Aw.
With things he gets really excited about. Like his
Don't
brain's
we
working
all?
faster than his mouth sometimes.
Oh no!
Yeah.
But the funny part
I can
is,
relate.
it's not even that though. It's not like he's stuttering. It's like he's going through and typing each word out and saying it as he types it, which makes because
yeah.
again he's just like 16 years, Sam. You've been doing this and you just forgot. You're like, well, this ain't a podcast. Hey, you want to see this ChatGPT? This shit's fucking awesome. And I was like,
I guess
oh,
I meant
man, this is.
I meant more his brain works faster than like the rest of him a lot of times, including his fingers to type.
Well, he just gets lost in a topic that he's interested in, and I'm like,
yeah.
Oh man, but Sam, this is awful for your radio listener.
Yeah,
Because I was
years
watching
and years.
it on Spotify, and I was like, what the fuck is Sam talking after a minute, you know? Oh,
Years
Yeah.
and years ago,
he's typing.
before
Okay.
Sammy, before Sammy ever had any co-hosts, I mean, he had one years prior to when I found him, but just imagine Sammy just by himself, day in and day out, with no topics, but just those were the show feet days and the take your shirt
Oh
off,
God.
just
The
solely like a slave to chat,
the
which was
the
really
fun
fun though. Go ahead, Sam.
the funny thing of it is like before the era of live streaming happened, I basically used to do what Bill Burr did, which is I would just like sit in a room and ad lib to the wall for 30 minutes,
Oh yeah.
which sounds weird, but like it is cathartic somewhat. And then chat changed once
Yeah.
live streaming came around, it kind of changed podcasting forever.
Yeah, and then you found yourself, roped into the whole fat gay bear world, which sort of led you into like the trolly
Sam
sort
was
of.
in deep the fat gay bear world.
Yeah, for
yeah.
sure.
Yeah,
so
which
which added another like total twist to your trajectory, because prior to that, as far as I understand, you'd been doing it for a long time already, but it was political,
And
yeah, well,
in a sense, he was also then escaped from the gay vampire world as well, the fat gay vampire.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of the other
Never mind.
That's kind of the other weird thing is that like the fat gay bear and the fat gay vampire were also kind of like they were coming into my territory of politics, and so or they tried to
They ventured far enough into to overlap the Venn diagram.
These are the turpentine worm.
If you ever want to go
guys,
back to
right?
that, Sam, just play BG3.
Yeah, so these are the guys that are like they drink turpentine because they think they have worms in them or something.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What?
So real geniuses.
Yeah, and to be honest with you, this is the thing about the big fat gay bear. The leader of the bear cult is he had a habit, and you could track it. He just would pluck, obscure conspiracy theories off the internet. Something that someone or a handful of people had hours worth of YouTube videos on. Speculate. You guys know the type of video I'm talking about. Just speculating about some, be it UFOs or the pyramids or whatever. Just fill in the blank. He would pick from these random things and clearly would just watch a couple videos and then present this theory to his retarded fucking audience who ate it out of his hand 95% of the time. And he would get shit like he would just misquote conspiracy theories, and his whole purpose was to like strip those fringe people off the internet to give him money, and then they would get roped in by him, quote unquote, speaking truth about Hollywood, which he did work in. Or, again, flat Earth was a big one, and turpentine. The reason I even started on this little tangent is I don't think that man ever even entertained the idea of actually drinking turpentine.
Right. Because he comes from
He just
comedy,
got,
no?
yeah. He was a
So
stand-up comedian.
Like the comedian bit is going to be, what's the most ridiculous version of this nugget of truth that I can make to make it a joke, right?
The real genius actually is I truly believe that it was all a ploy, because he would, throw in, yeah, I'm a comedian, but only when he would really come under fire. He wasn't laughing
Yeah.
when he said a lot of these things. He was trying to appeal to like fringe people on the internet that had money. And he learned a lot of this from Steven Crowder, that, exploiting the conservative fucking boomers on the internet. Um,
Yeah.
and he
Well,
failed miserably in comparison to Steven Crowder. So what he did was he went through the fucking playbook of obscure, niche, stupid, most of them conspiracy theories, including turpentine. And again, I don't think I ever even saw him with turpentine. And of course, he makes the distinction. There's the mineral spirits versus the something else, and all this shit you can find on a Reddit page, like almost verbatim,
Right. So
or some video.
there's nothing legally actionable, because again, he
Of
can,
course.
like I was saying before, he can say, I reasonably look at these articles, right, written on some website. I believe.
Oh, he'd
them.
never say that. He'd never say
but
that.
if you took him to court, that he would
But
have
yeah.
to, right?
Sure, yeah.
And then also a judge would throw it out because of that.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, it's been this long. I realized a long time ago that I'm sorry, Sam, you were trying to say something a minute ago.
Well, and I do kind of want to point out
Well, just because
the
Sam's
items
not
who's
the host, it doesn't mean we can't talk over him. Go ahead, Sam.
I know,
Yeah,
but I did want to
really.
get
I
it
was
out.
gonna say.
for those who are unfamiliar,
I'm gonna let you finish.
the whole reason why I got involved with him in the beginning was because he was LARPing as a conservative, and someone in his organization saw that I interviewed Ben Shapiro, and basically like brought me into his organization, like to try and get me to introduce him to Ben.
He brought
And
you
then
into
when
the
that
family, you know?
yeah, and then like when the fat gay bear basically like basically blew up his chance to get big with the Daily Wire, he spiraled, and that was kind of what started everything. So, yeah. Now I guess he's back to LARPing. He's now trying to LARP with like the Proud Boys and Gavin McGinnis. So
Yeah.
that'll be
Yeah,
interesting.
you can bank on the fact that he's going to move around just like he always has. Like his beliefs, he won't even necessarily denounce his former beliefs. He will just move on. And because he's a comedian, and I'll be honest with you, he is actually pretty good at talking. Like he's less of a comedian as he is like a hypnotist kind of thing. You know what I mean? Those types of people that can just talk and talk. And if you're actually objectively listening, it's nonsense. But if you buy into the theatrics and you buy into the the persona that's the bit, if you buy into the bit effectively is what it is at its core. But as a viewer, I don't know that. I mean, that's how I found this man. Is he was relentlessly fucking pushed into my algorithm back in like 2016, 17. And the first thing I ever watched was him and his wife. And he was like playing piano and singing goofy, like making goofy lyrics to popular songs. And it was pretty funny. And it seemed pretty wholesome. They were cute. And then the next one or a handful of episodes later, he's by himself drinking and playing piano and talking to chat, and says something about somebody sending him dick-shaped gummies that were poisoned, that were meant to kill his family. And as a viewer, I did like just become aware of this guy fairly recent. I mean, maybe it was like a month
Yeah,
or,
what
or
is
a few that I.
happening right now, right?
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck? And I was apparently naive enough to the internet at that point as a grown ass man that I'm like, why would anybody do that to this man? I just assumed he was telling the truth, because at that point I didn't have any reason to think he wouldn't tell the truth. Because again,
I mean,
I didn't
it
really
does
pay
make
attention
for
to
a
that many
good
people.
joke, at least, like eat a dick and die. Like that's the
Mhm.
punchline. But yeah, like why? No, it seems insane because it is insane. But
And it's entirely
you're
false.
giving
Yeah,
him the benefit of a doubt that he's being authentic about it.
sure. And he doxed them right there on stream. And I remember feeling a certain type of
Jeez.
way at first, and then like he started reading names out, and I saw the chat, people be getting deleted. I'm like, whoa, fuck, there's more going on here than I thought. I don't know why I was so naive about it at first, but because I wasn't a virgin to the internet. I understood
Right, but you don't want to
generally
assume
that
he seemed normal like 5
yeah,
minutes ago.
yeah. Well,
Yeah.
everything up to that point, he seemed like a comedian, seemed genuine and wholesome, and I didn't engage though. I never
Right.
chatted in chat. I didn't talk to people. I didn't pay attention to chat. I was just fucking listening, or the rare occasion I was watching. I don't know. It's just one of those
And
things.
that's who their audience is. All of these people that do that, right? They get super parasocial with chat to like a weird degree. That's because it works to get them their followers, right? Those are the diehards that will die in the trench of the meme war.
Some people go way too far.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
So you encourage those people, even though generally those kind of people aren't really helpful. Like I'd prefer somebody who's like, hey, your show tonight sucked because this, right? Audio issues, or just be honest and get, or yeah, just Schmooley's on. Certainly there's a portion of chat that's like Schmooley's on.
Not what I meant, but that's funny.
It's a bad show. But we like constructive criticism.
Yeah,
Right?
Smoothie, I wasn't trying to throw you under the bus. That was Max.
That's right. That's the opportunity. But yeah, that to me is like wild. If somebody was like there every week and never. The thing is, you see these people, they never offer an actual opinion on the content. They're like, great show. They're not engaging with like what's being said. They're not like, it's the same thing as like the fake reviews you see where they're like I
say that after every show. I'm like, great show, guys.
Yeah, but you're also in the middle of the show. You're like, oh, on this topic, I have something to say, and we read it out. That's like actual engagement, right?
Yeah, you actually participate in the show.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I love the shows.
Saying great show and nothing else is always strikes me as like bottish behavior or just weird. Like you don't want to say the wrong thing either. You don't want to get kicked out of the saloon because you accidentally said a word that was like not okay, right?
Yeah. No, see, constructive criticism. Holy shit.
What the heck?
No, I mean, constructive criticism from your audience should always be open. You should always be open to it. But the
Even
bigger
if
a
it's
show
not
gets,
nice, like sometimes it's useful still.
Of course. Yeah. I mean, sometimes people just don't know how to say things nice, but doesn't mean they're wrong or lying,
Mm-hmm. Or malicious.
Exactly. Right. But yeah, I think the bigger your audience gets, harder that is to maintain,
Mm-hmm. Well, that's when you get the inner and outer circle types, and that's kind of what you stumbled into. You were not the inner circle, so you were not privy to the slow descent into madness that you would have been if you were behind closed doors. And also, those people are conditioned from that slow descent. So when he does a little weird thing and then another little weird thing, it adds up instead of you walking into like, I walked into the fucking Twilight Zone. Well, you skipped that descent into madness.
Yeah, and I mean, again, I think it has a lot to do with my lack of engagement. Like my engagement began when the first Johnny Arcade video popped up in my feed because I started just looking around. I didn't even Google his name. I just started looking around on YouTube for like negative Owen stuff because all I got was I mean, I don't want to make it sound like it's the only thing that was in my feed, but he popped up a lot. Before I ever clicked on his fucking name, I would see like him on this or that, talk show or this stand up or this clip or that clip. I mean, I do think he was pushed by the algorithm. I didn't even watch you know what I mean? It didn't make sense that he was in my feed, which is why
even people who
they do
claim they're abused by the algorithm. My favorite example is Tim Pool.
Yeah.
You
Oh
could,
yeah.
if you click
they're
a Tim
clearly
Pool
pushed.
video, you're gonna have them coming out of every orifice on YouTube for the next like month. And even if you click, don't show me this channel, I don't like this, all of that. They were like, you watched a Tim Pool video, we're gonna get you hooked.
Yeah, you watched
It's gonna show
45
up.
seconds. Yeah, you watched 45 seconds of a, Tim Pool video. Now you can't escape him. Yeah, and I mean, I think those people are fucking babies. For them, they spent way too much time on the internet, and made too much of their living off of it. In my opinion, in a lot of cases. But yeah, fuck, I don't remember what the point
I think
was
I
exactly
think
that
that
we were
was
talking
the
about.
point, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Because that's on brand. Like,
Yeah,
there's a difference in how
I
we
mean,
talk versus how somebody who's like, oh, I'm afraid.
Max,
Wait, I'm
Sam,
the
go
host.
ahead.
Hold on, I'm the host. Sam, go ahead.
Hey, this is my first time. I'm the guest, so Sam, go ahead.
I also think another thing here that has really changed things too, as far as like streaming and the internet goes, is this whole notion of super chats.
Oh, I
Did
think we
lose
lost him.
Lost Sammy.
Oh, man down.
Rip. There's like a cloud, you know?
Oh, man. I reprimanded Max for nothing. That's no fun.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
No,
Oh, there he goes.
There he goes.
I can't even let Sammy
I
finish.
think I can finish his point, or at least
Yeah, go
my
ahead.
thought on it is, yeah, super chats. Of course,
for it.
they clearly changed everything because when you can pander to an audience, whatever audience that may be, if they have money and they're on the internet, and they want to support the things they believe, be it shit like flat Earth or drinking turpentine or Tim Pool's gay, whatever, conservative bullshit he
whatever,
tries to
yeah.
sell. Yeah, I mean it's profitable. It's crazy how the internet has exposed like the fissures of the human mind. You know what I mean? And how
Mm.
I mean we've touched on this recently on the show, sort of, but how I explained it as like putting a magnifying glass on your whatever mental deficiencies you have, but I think it's more than that.
Or just your worst negative traits, right?
I think it can absolutely. I think that's what it predominantly is, but it can surely be a good thing for people too. I don't know of any examples really off the top of my head.
I actually do. So
Welcome back, Sam.
I have a good example of where it can put a light on your most positive traits. And for me, this is like a guilty pleasure of mine. It's streamers who play an instrument and actually like do something musically. On Twitch, that's basically all I watch on Twitch anymore, except I watch Core sometimes because he's my buddy. But like sometimes I'll go on Twitch and all it recommends me anymore is this guy plays guitar, right? And he plays along to cool songs and he's really fucking talented. Or like this chick, she can play the piano and sing and she takes requests from chat. And sometimes that's like good morning entertainment for me. So there's a way, like, because that's their talent, right? That's probably one of the best things about them as a person is their ability to be talented on the spot, improvisational and all that.
Must be nice to be talented.
Yeah, and so that can be a case where the internet shines a light on the best parts of you, but so often this genre of like trash drama stream is all about just the most negative parts of humanity.
Yeah. I was just gonna say before I got cut off, I think the whole monetization thing, and specifically with super chats, really changed things too. Because like when I first started watching Owen, which is who Apex and I are referencing, he seemed like a pretty like, chill and normal guy. But then once he found out he had the ability to super chat or receive super chats rather, it almost changed his whole entire dynamic, and his whole entire show came about getting super chats.
Yeah, that was certainly part of it.
And so, and I've noticed that with other streamers, like Stephen Mullen, who famously spurged out, like, oh, you like gave me $1. Yeah, and
Can't believe that shit.
And Mersh, like, that's his entire gimmick. So basically
I think that's part of. Go ahead, Sam. Sorry.
I'm broke, give me money, and that's why, like, yeah, we have the ability, if you can send super chats, like, I appreciate it, but I'd rather that people go out and buy my books instead and actually get something.
It begs the question, like, where the line actually is, because we all understand there's a line, but I think the line is the shameless, entitled mentality of a lot of these streamers, where yes, it's work, right? You actually have to put in work to do this, but they act like it's as hard as the guy that's working out in the fucking gravel pit like I used to do, or the mechanic, or the electrician, and who's often the guy listening and donating to them. And I'm amazed that these guys buy this bit where Mersh is like, I need money to go gambling. And this guy's like, yeah, well, fucking food prices are double, but here's $20.
Yeah. And yeah, Mersh is really good at bullying I mean, a lot of them are, but I do think
fucking DSP.
I do think that the monetization of the internet, as it were. I think Mersh is one of those people. He was probably fairly charismatic and had some friends in his real life throughout his youth and teen and young adult years. You know what I mean? Like,
well, for sure,
he's a failed stand-up comedian, but he still had at least enough courage or some sort of something prior to at least try.
The F-list Opie and Anthony guy is still probably the funniest guy in his actual friend group, for sure, right?
Sure. So yeah, those people come in with the chip on their shoulder, and of course this is a job. Now you can just talk on the internet as a job, but it's not. I mean, it's not all rainbows, as I think most of them know going in. But again, in a situation like Mersh's, where he has had. Sorry.
I'm sorry. I was trying to make a joke, but I was like, it's not like all rainbows. I'm like, damn it, what did I sign up for? But I didn't mean to interrupt you. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
I also think there's a point to be made that a lot of these guys associate like their only conception of status or like manliness, masculinity is literally in dollars, right? And you can tell because that's their thing, that like Mersh is clearly not like a lot of honorable characteristics of a person. But when you ask
not to mention a fat, disgusting fucking pig,
yeah,
like he's gross.
He's awesome. It's gonna be because I make money talking on the internet.
Yeah,
on the internet.
And
exactly. It's a fucking
money.
status
symbol. I make more
symbol.
money than the guy that shovels dirt. Well, I'd rather hang out with the guy that shovels dirt, to be honest with you. He's probably a better companion.
Yeah, almost certainly, because he has real world experience. He hangs out with real people and does a real thing. So yeah, it is like I said earlier, these people most of them are just fucking narcissists, and they would have been narcissists in their real life. They would have damaged a handful of relationships, throughout their lifetime. But on the internet, you let them think that they can do what they did in their hometown with their friends, sitting around smoking weed, getting drunk as a job.
I've said this about Ethan Ralph specifically a million times. He is the most stereotypical trope of fat trailer white trash. I know this because I'm one of the trailer trash. I grew up that way, okay? And in every fucking low-life white trash neighborhood or trailer park in America is a big mouth that everybody kind of doesn't like because he's such a dickhead, fat, abusive to women, drug-addicted loser, just like
piece of shit.
Yeah. That for some reason people want to be friends with him because maybe it's because interesting shit happens around him because he's such a piece of shit. But there's one of them everywhere. The difference between him and them is that he has the megaphone of this internet show and a little bit of like internet fame, so that most people hearing about him now have a legend outside of his little fucking trailer park he would have been kind of excluded to in previous eras of history without the internet.
Yeah, with very, very few exceptions, what internet stardom or fame or success ultimately seems to be, or I'm sorry, maybe not success, but fame for sure, is a bright flash and then a slow burn to like descending. Maybe that was a bad analogy, but it's like your 15 minutes kind of thing, and then 20 years or 10 years or 5 years of just humiliating yourself trying to
There's
back
an
to that one
interesting
thing.
in between. I did a video about this a while ago where I kind of laid out. There's the beginning where you get nowhere and then you get up fast, and usually there's like a plateau phase because there's no more ears for you to reach. There's no more eyes to see. You've hit everybody that will ever be interested in your content, whether that's 1 million people or 50, right? Doesn't matter. You'll sit there for a very long time. And then often that's what causes or predates the fall. It's this arrogance of like, I deserve more because there was the growth period, damn it. Where's that? During that, It was all good things. I was making more money. People knew who I was. People were like, hey, what's up? I know you, recognizing me in public. It's not as common anymore. I'm not as important anymore. What's wrong? But the thing is like, at a certain point, everybody who's going to be interested is seeing your fucking shit. And you can either accept that, or usually they shoot for more, and the shooting for more, pride precipitates the fall, and they end up Mersh.
Well, and not just Mersh, because I mean, I really think
Yeah, he's not even really falling off because he can still make money.
Right, but Mersh had his peak with the whole Dan Schneider shit. Him and Royce, that was like the peak of their internet celebrity, and it's just been
another
seemingly a downslide ever since. Ethan Ralph, the Gamergate, and then the early Killstream. He was on a fucking peak. Technically, he technically still makes money too, but that doesn't mean that they're successful. It means they're really bad at a job that they, should have all of the capacity,
more money,
and capability.
If they were.
Well,
and,
if they
some others still surviving.
I mean,
because they've tanked their reputation amongst the people that a lot of them used to be fans. I find that I wasn't really into a lot of these people, right? I've been finding out more. Ralph, I found out more recently, and then being on Sam's shows, how I found out about like Mersh and them. But like it seems to me like if you wanted to tank them, you just starve them of all that attention and money. But a lot of people pay them to see them make a fool out of themselves consistently, which I understand.
Yeah, that's the
blown hate watchers. Oh, sorry.
That's the age-old secret, man. Is a lot of these people don't realize that the money that they're getting is specifically designed to watch them hurt themselves in some way.
Yeah, well, when you get a guy like King Cobra, like it's kind of out in the open that's what people are doing to him. Whereas like Ralph, a lot of times people pretend they're actually his friend while they donate money and convince him to say or do something stupid until he figures it out, and then the next one moves in and does it. There's different strategies to it, but yeah, a lot of times the people keeping you going the most, if your entire living depends on it, and you have at that point probably desperation to a degree that if I give this up, what next, right? And so you're willing to maybe debase yourself a little bit more than you otherwise would because you need that next paycheck. Rent's due kind of thing.
It's like Max, when we were having the conversation, all us ladies, and then you Nikocado Avocado was brought up. That's a good example.
Yeah, that man's clearly, where's his line, right, of debasing himself for money? He doesn't seem to have one. And of course, there's an audience for that. Oh, how far will he go? Is he going to die? Here's $20. Let's see.
Yeah, eat more food, fatty.
My issue with that fucker is his fucking fucking cripple baiting.
Yeah.
What, saying that him stuffing his face like that for money makes him disabled or something?
Using them in the thumbnails, I would imagine.
That and wearing a fucking CPAP machine in the fucking thumbnails, saying I broke my rib, I'm disabled, blah blah blah.
Well,
meanwhile, he's bouncing around and his tits are flopping around.
Isn't he?
Yeah, being a fucking fat fuck.
Isn't he in his 20s?
Cripple baiting.
A CPAP machine in your 20s because you're fat is like not actually funny. That's sad.
Right.
Yep.
That's my whole point.
I wouldn't want to live that way. Like, just the other day, me and my wife were like, oh, we'll take a morning walk because it's springtime. And she was over there typing to her friend, like wrapping up loose ends of a conversation or something. And I'm like, put the phone away. The internet, you're out of the internet now. Let's have a fucking real life, you know? People get too wrapped up in that shit and kind of don't even realize it. It's like, oh, it's a beautiful day. We're out for a walk, you know? And then she did, and we had a blast. We saw a chicken. Yeah, there was a chicken in somebody's yard.
A chicken.
It came up.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that, like, that's been one nice thing about being up here where I am is, like, yeah, I still have the internet somewhat, but like I'm surrounded by all of this like gorgeous beauty that like you can get lost in just that for hours.
Don't actually get lost though, Sammy.
Yeah, yeah.
Nah,
Well,
his tracks are pretty obvious. I don't think they lose him very long.
Yeah, you know,
I went that way.
Yeah, they don't need like the greatest trackers in the world to get them. You can't have gone that far.
Although, you know, then if there's like another wheelchair with the exact same tread as mine, then I would be fucked. But
yeah, or like that GIF where the off the cliff lifts the wheel.
Oh, Marnie something. I forget. I know exactly what you're talking about. Just like yeet.
Yeet.
Yep.
Anyway.
So Sammy Lost in the Woods, that sounds like it should be coming to a theater near you.
At least
he's like the disabled Bear Grylls.
Oh my god, and can we get the director who made Ernest Goes to Jail to do it? That would be great.
What the fuck?
Just have it in that style, right? Sammy in the woods.
Hey, if I'm gonna go lost in the woods, then Mortheous is coming with me.
Oh, that just makes it better.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Call it crippled in nature or something like that.
And you know what? I think
crippled and afraid.
I think we got a way to tie it all together.
Crippled, naked, and afraid.
I think we got a way to tie it together. Actually, what we're pitching is the sequel to Cocaine Bear.
What?
Oh, no.
What cocaine cripple?
Would you rather be in the woods with a man or a cocaine bear?
No,
it's
still a cocaine bear, Sam. You were just
one cocaine
of the
cripple. I'm sorry, Sammy. That is a fucking banger if I've ever heard one.
Yeah, that's a
cocaine
movie,
cripple.
Sam. That's not Lost in the Woods. That one, like, you got to be in like the inner city.
Why is Dip here?
Excuse me, I am the cripple hunter, and I will be in those woods.
Get him out of here! Nobody asked, dude. No, cripple hunter, my ass.
Who is that?
He's a troll.
Dip Trump.
You wouldn't be able to catch us, Dip.
God damn it! Why is he here?
Who's in charge here? Can we kick this person?
We can't have
oh no, I feel bad, Dip. I know you might not be listening, but I'm sorry. I was only kidding.
We bullied Dip.
Anyway, back to the
he
show.
Got his one line in. He's fine. He's happy. He's the cripple hunter.
Go ahead, Apex.
I don't have nothing. I was just trying to bully that guy.
Oh, he's just like, anyway, the show.
Mm-hmm. which we're
Before
doing.
we were so
What?
rudely interrupted.
Yeah, we're pitching different movie situations to put Sam into. I don't think it's the most important
Okay,
thing.
Sam versus Megalodon.
I think that's that can be the sequel to Cocaine Cripple. Cocaine Cripple 1 is Sammy seems to be the bad guy for most of the movie. He's like
Cocaine Cripple 2, the Marianas Trench.
The Marianas Trench. Dude, okay, yeah. Look.
Okay,
Jason
but then it has
fucking
to be
Voorhees.
a trilogy, and the third one's in space.
Jason Voorhees.
Thank you. Yes, exactly. Exactly.
Cocaine Cripple in space sounds like the greatest piece of cinema of all time.
Cocaine Cripple X.
Yeah, Cocaine Cripple X, exactly. Yes. Yes, precisely. Okay, we're on to something here,
We're
folks.
doing serious business here on the Whitfield Report. Now
I think we're all on cocaine.
Not this week.
Not this week. I picked the wrong week to quit.
Oh, man.
What do you think, Sammy?
Well, my internet keeps glitching out, but I like the sound of all of this.
He likes the sound of Cocaine Cripple, guys.
I think we all do.
I like the sound of Cocaine Cripple as long as like it's Cocaine Cripple fight Mortheous.
Wait.
Let's fucking do it.
Because Mortheous gets a spin-off series where it's Ketamine Cripple.
That works too.
Spelled with a K.
That's right.
And we're still gonna have the cripple fight. Sam will be on cocaine. I'll be on ketamine.
Yeah, and you're the you're the agent title is Special K, obviously.
Of course.
Oh, bro, we can make it Cocaine Cripple with all K's, like capitalized. But then the plot of the movie is Sammy in this bad guy role is killing Aryan nationalists or national socialists in the woods while they're on a camping trip. Yeah. You don't know that at the beginning of the movie. They're just camping, and they all appear to be bald.
Just the last scene, there's like a massacre of them, and their bodies are everywhere, and it zooms out, and they got all like swastikas up and shit.
Right? Oh, yeah. And Sammy then turns out to be the hero, and he's fucking rolling out of the woods after doing the dirty work, wiping these scum off the face of the earth.
The last shot is him curb stomping one of them.
Well, no, the last shot is him rolling. The last shot is him rolling into the ocean, Chibi. Remember, because he's going to fight the Megalodon next.
Oh yeah, that's true. For Cocaine Cripple too, the Marianas Trench.
Yes, dude. Dude, we're clipping this. This is good. This is good stuff.
And then the Nazis are on the moon, hence why he goes to space in the third one.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Nazis on the moon.
And they have a Megalodon, obviously.
Space Megalodon.
Well, he goes to the Marianas Trench to stop their plan to make a space Megalodon that they can take to the moon. They're gonna you know what I'm saying? They're gonna do that on Earth, down in the Marianas Trench first before they take.
My face hurts from laughing.
All right, so then we take out the Megalodon on Earth, and then we go to space and knock out what they got left, bro. That's it. It's a perfect.
We're
fucking
gonna get emails from that one
trilogy.
guy that's like, "Why isn't it a news show, guys?"
Yeah, fuck that guy. I actually did have something I wanted to mention, but I don't have anything pulled up currently. Do any of you remember it had to have been, it was earlier this year, I think. Like a clip went kind of viral of a teacher doing a Zoom class with his classmates, and one of them talks about J.K. Rowling being transphobic.
He's like, okay, well, let's like that, yes.
Like, okay, let's talk about it. And the more he asked just simple questions, the more the dude's original position fell apart. And it was very clear, and it was cool. Like, it just was like,
it was like an old school,
few good ones out there.
Old school takedown, like, oh, you got owned kind of deal.
Not even. No, the teacher was like very respectful the whole time. It was just
even better.
Yeah, but for sure, it was one of those. It was certainly projected that way by third parties, third, fourth, fifth parties. Like, oh, look liberal douchebag. It's owned by red-pilled teacher, whatever.
And then they put the
Clickbait.
Minecraft shades on it with the blunt.
Yeah,
The
but
deal with the shades.
the whole point was I saw a video popped up. I don't even remember the guy's name. I didn't follow that story at all. But he got fired from his job as a teacher just recently.
Look, he had an opinion. He had it coming.
He didn't even have an opinion. No. That's the thing is when you watch the video, he doesn't express any opinions at all.
We have reason to suspect he might have had an opinion.
No,
Let him cook.
Because he gave us facts.
I think it was, if I remember correctly, again, I didn't even watch the whole video. It was like a 20-minute video about why he got fired. I don't care that much, man. Sorry.
No, it's go on.
But it was basically that it had conflicted, somehow with his contract that like, fuck, I can't remember exactly. Either privacy of the university or conflict of interest or something. I don't remember. Something very
basically.
Something very legal, legalese type shit, Yeah. But either way, the dude's got like 500,000 plus subscribers on YouTube. That's probably why I saw either of those videos in the first place, is because that shit is boosted by somebody somehow, and people like that, if they play their cards right, are going to be fine.
Well, and we have alternatives for many, many years. My biggest problem, and why I wasn't really doing much content until I joined the show, of course, the joke is tonight, I've taken over the show because Sam was not necessarily in the best, he's cut in and out a few times. He's out in the woods. But we thought we could have some fun with it. It's because he gave me this opportunity to just kind of vent about whatever the fuck we want. And it's been such a wild
Sammy
ride.
in the woods.
But, man, I couldn't find anywhere since Stream.me that I felt comfortable with. I'm not going to get banned for making a joke, mostly. That's like 99% of the fucking problem is making a joke, not even making... We could sit here and have serious debates about political subjects and 99% of the time not get banned, but that one joke, because, man, the jokes hurt the people in power's feelings more than fucking anything, and that's my whole bit, man. If they're trying to take away your ability to just tell jokes, they're the next thing they're going to take away is everything else, because jokes hurt their fucking feelings.
Well, the government has never really understood the concept of jokes, at least as long as I've been alive.
Right.
For the most part, anyway. So, I mean...
Except at the expense of the populace.
Again,
and then neither do any of the major political sides once you get into, like, the people that's their big point. Like, obviously, we care about politics. We do a show about it. But we kind of are coming at it from a different angle of where, like, do we keep every fucking story every week and talk at length with the same opinions that the same people all have, the same, like, you look at a right-wing grifter content, they all say the same fucking thing. How many of them are going to sit there and talk about the Trump assassination thing in excruciating detail rather than, we did a bit about how they're basically just saying it's in Minecraft, haha, move on, because that's all there needs to be said. But you can turn that into a 3-hour fucking talk show. Of course you can. And you expect them to do so. And then sit there, collecting tips, and that's how they make their living. I know for a fact nobody with us makes their living off of this shit, so we're more or less doing it for fun. And you'll get a different opinion out of somebody like that, I think. Because I don't want to sit there and see the same opinion about the same very specific battle that's going on in the Middle East somewhere every fucking day. I don't care. I don't want to see your dead bodies. I don't want to see the dead baby pictures, either side, right? Like, 30 years ago, you wouldn't have, because there was nowhere for you to see it and immerse yourself in violence and death, despair, horror. Everything's so bad. Yeah, but we got our own problems too, right? Oh, everybody's fucking poorer. Everybody's food's more expensive. Our gas is more expensive. Your rent and mortgage may be more expensive. Fucking, you can't trust the school. You got to keep a fucking eye if you want to send your kid to school. And then a bunch of other people who are way more fucking political about everything than you will tell you, well, you should be homeschooling your kids, as if you have all the fucking time in the world. You know what I mean? It's fucking bullshit. I'm sick of the grifter shit. I'm sick of everybody having these one-size-fits-all answers for everybody, and that's I should stop.
It's a problem. It's a problem for sure.
Go off, King. I'm clipping that.
Sammy,
Keep cooking.
go off, King.
Yeah, it is such bullshit though. It's like when you watch a motherfucker's video and you know what he's gonna say. You know what he's gonna say. But you watch it anyway, and he gets his little ad revenue, or he puts his little plug for the water filter in it, and you're okay with this. There's no content there.
You're not though most of the time, but you still, that's what I mean. We've been fucking hijacked in a lot of ways with this shit, and it doesn't even have to be good. It doesn't even have to be something you would have cared about. Or you know for a fact you already know, especially at the end of the fucking video. You're like, shit.
When there was limited space for you to be a show, none of these shows would have survived, probably even ours. I like to think it would, but who knows, right? Like, you had to bring something because there's competition directly with you, and there still is. There's more competition than ever, but people also, standards have never been lower.
Well, look, I'm a firm believer in at least when it comes to podcasts, people don't want, I mean some people do want the political talk and the bullet points, but even those people want opinions. They want unique perspectives. At least in their heart they do. Again, I think we've been hijacked in a lot of ways where we just fucking consume the same shit spoken by different people over and fucking over.
Excited for next product.
And I don't think that's necessarily our fault. I think it's the product of like the algorithm shit where people are just saying what gets the hits, and
don't let the corpos control everything about you. Make an see, this is my point. I don't know. I'm the guy that's always been given the finger, and it has given me mixed results. I give the finger to my boss, I end up without a job. I give the finger to some guy that deserves it, and I feel like pride. There's always like a give and a take with it. But man, nobody gives the finger to anybody anymore. You know what I mean? Like,
no.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, oh, the man's holding me down. Damn. Oh well. I guess I'll just eat the slop that the man's leaving in front of me, you know?
And that's where the people like Owen fucking Benjamin come in, because they pretend like that's the role that they're playing.
Well, they put a little garlic salt in their slop so it tastes better.
No. They're playing I'm sick of this shit. You should be sick of this.
That's the garlic
Let's be
salt.
sick of this together. Okay, fine. Whatever. I missed that analogy. But yeah, that's the whole point. Tim Pool, same shit. It's all the same fucking...
He's more like, Tim Pool's the Italian seasoning that gets added to it, where there's a little bit of flavor to it, but it's very bland.
Right, exactly. But it's still all the same shit.
It's still slop.
And we're all still saying the same fucking thing.
It's still gray fucking goo that they're putting in a bowl and saying, here, this is great. Eat it. And you're like, well, it kind of sucks, but it's, I guess.
Yeah, nobody dares have a unique opinion outside of, like, the narrow lines of their political party. So, I mean, I guess some of them do, but they don't, it's not like a staple. That's just an afterthought. They ride the main fucking rails of all of these talking points, again, for the most part.
But they're smarter than that. And that's the thing, too, I think.
That's
the
why
internet guys don't think the average normal guy is smarter than that. Rather, they don't assume that the average guy is just kind of like, what can I even do? So I'm going to eat the slop. It's not that they're fucking stupid. Normies aren't stupid. Stop thinking that,
Yeah. Sammy, what were you saying?
Well, that's why I think that this show has been so successful, though, at least like in the past few years, is like, because like I do think we joke about the headlines mostly, and then we just move on.
Yeah.
And then, like, as far as my podcasts have I've done like I've had like authors and like other people who.
Oh, and he cuts out. But and those are some of the most viewed. Sorry, you cut out,
I
Sam.
didn't.
I just wanted to add that you mentioned the authors right before you cut out. I'll say those are some of the most viewed ones we get because it's something different. It's an interesting back and forth talking about maybe not even I don't think there's politics in most of them. It's more.
It's focused. It's focused
Yeah.
on a thing. It's an interview with an
Yeah.
author. It's not political. You're not just meandering about fucking whatever
Yeah.
is the hot topic of the day.
Well, and that's what I was going to say is like a lot of the authors I talk to are political thriller authors because that's the genre that we all write in. So like, but the way I approach is, what about this topic inspired you to, what about this political situation inspired you to write about this in a,
But also,
you
it's
know,
talking
in
about their lives and their in their own rights. Interesting people. It's been such a blessing to
yeah.
watch these come into fruition and just watch you. You are a master at interviews. That's like
Plus, you're
Well,
very charismatic, Sammy.
well, thank you.
you make people
Yeah,
feel very comfortable in an interview, and that's a rare thing, even for the best of the best.
Ah,
well, as much as as much as it seems like a cliche, that is really where I give Joe Rogan credit a lot on all of this because as much as a lot of these other internet people like to shit on Rogan as being like, some sort of gatekeeper, which I don't even know what that means. To me, it just means that they're jealous that he's actually successful. But, the one thing I've noticed with Rogan is that he tends to talk to people like they're normal beings, whether it be, some comedian or whether it be Elon Musk. And so why not emulate the best? It's kind of my approach.
Right.
So,
look, to interject real quick, I don't even think you should frame it that way. I understand why you do, but it's the same thing. Um, you're just talking to a person. You have to not do a show. You're not doing a show. I mean, of course you are, but
you make it
it's
feel
about
like
having
you
a
aren't, which is
conversation.
where the skill is. That's what I'm saying.
right.
But
Yeah.
the thing is,
You just have a genuine conversation that so happens to be a show. Very few people can pull that off.
yeah, I mean,
Right.
and it's also, yeah, that's true. That is very true. I
What
mean, it
what
really
I
good.
what I'm saying though is that it doesn't seem that hard. It doesn't seem that hard to do, and yet people.
I was I was just gonna say that all you're actually doing is talking to a person like you just met them and being interested. Which, to be fair, if you're having a conversation with them in the first place, you're interested in what they do. So
Yeah.
you therefore should have some natural questions
It's
and
because
be able to make natural conversation.
it's because not everybody just has that knack. Like there's some things where if you just have it, that's such a bonus and other people have to like work at it. A lot of broadcasting school is learning those exact skills that Sam just naturally exudes.
Like Max just said, with background that Max and I have, that's a lot of treating quote unquote famous people like normal people. Period.
Or anybody, yeah. You meet people where they're
Right.
at, I find is the way
Right.
I've described it.
Yeah.
Which, yeah, I suppose is a skill, and not everybody has.
Yeah.
It
That's
seems
why
trivial to
some
some.
of the like radio guys, like Ryan Seacrest type guys, come off so fucking phony, is because they had to learn it, right? In a classroom. Like they actually have speech lessons where you have to learn how to talk like that. And I can do it too because I've been on the radio before and I spent many a moments in those classrooms trying to perfect the radio voice so that you don't overwhelm the audience. You see? But
Oh yes,
Sam doesn't need that training.
I've done
He
those
just does
classes
it.
too, Max.
That probably helps then, but yeah, you're still better at it than most people. And that's fun. And what's the other most like viewed thing we had is us talking about our summer vacations, right?
Yeah, which that actually surprised me, in all honesty.
Yeah, but it speaks a lot to the audience that we do have, and the audience we do have isn't like, oh, read every article of every news story, otherwise they wouldn't come back because we don't do that.
I've done shows like that, and I get bored like quickly.
And the numbers
So
reflect it. The numbers aren't as high when you just read the headlines. Tell me I'm wrong. If you guys want that, come out for those shows, but you don't. You come out when we're just goofing off.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing, is like we've done news shows, and granted sometimes there are interesting topics. But like, yeah, this whole thing with the the FBI, like I wasn't even that like worried out or freaked out. I'm like, oh, it's probably not as bad as people
They make
said it
hypothetical
was.
plans to kill all sorts of people. They just happen to have that one declassified for a minute, and they're like, oops, my bad. In
Yeah.
Minecraft, guys, don't worry about it. And you'll never hear about
Yeah,
it again,
yeah.
by the way.
Yeah,
No.
because it wasn't Trump doing it.
Yeah, it wasn't. If Trump was doing it, there would be fucking federal trials tomorrow. But since it was a plot to hypothetically kill Trump, you'll never hear about it again.
We're talking about the authorization to use deadly force.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
In
On
Minecraft,
Mar-a-Lago.
guys, hypothetically.
No, on Mar-a-Lago. That was a document. I don't think that's in Minecraft.
No, but that's what their excuse is. Their excuse is, oh, it's a hypothetical scenario that we're running in case this, and this happens. Then that's the only time we'd even look at that plan. That's their excuse, and that's why you'll never hear about it again.
Yeah, well, yeah, but I think in black and white, it's like, you know, that the officers are authorized to use deadly force if necessary, or something to that effect. So
If this, and this happen, then they're allowed to do that. That's how they're getting around it. In Minecraft, they're doing the in Minecraft. Yeah, but none of that happened, guys. Okay.
Sure.
So just chill out, you know, and they're going to sweep it under the rug. You mark my words.
It'll be gone by Friday.
Yeah, and Alex Jones will never forget it, and people, you know, like that's the problem too. They'll associate it with like what they call the crazies, you know?
Conspiracy theorists, man.
It is in black and white, and it is a government document, and it is like something you might want to be concerned about. I keep joking and minimizing it, but that's what the government is. They're like, no, it's not. Don't worry about this. There's nothing to see here. There's no man behind the curtain. Shut up. Crazy.
Yeah. It's fucked up how long that's been going on, though.
Yeah.
It's just, you know, to the same degree, if not worse.
And it's also fucked up that if you say that, people assume you believe every crazy conspiracy theory. No. I don't rule a lot of it out, even if it sounds crazy. I don't necessarily buy into it, but I just don't trust the fucking government. That's the answer. If you just think, maybe the government might do bad things sometimes, it keeps you from falling into this like circus trap because, Republicans have done us dirty in the recent past too. Don't take my support for Trump as, you know.
I don't know what you're talking about. Our government is super clean and absolutely never does anything shady.
Right.
I mean, if you want to talk about government documents in black and white, they very much do trick people and get people killed.
No.
And
our government?
It's actually true. It's true. Believe it or not.
No,
guys.
never.
I heard this on a podcast one time.
No.
By a black guy. So you know it's true.
I'm deceased.
True. Okay. I wasn't with you, but a black guy said this?
Right? Dude,
okay.
It's over. Like I can't even remember what all he said. Now I'm overwhelmed by remembering.
Yeah. Well, he said don't trust Whitey, and that's good enough.
Oh my god.
A base by guy? Wow.
Hey, man, if you trust white, I don't care if you're white. If you trust Whitey, you're stupid.
He called me a product of Yakubian. This what was it? a Yakubian spawn, or I think he said.
Oh man, I was just saying in Gilded.
I thought that was a good thing. It's like, what's up, dog? Like, yeah, you might boop.
I was saying, like, of all the like political weirdos I would like to meet in person, I would like to meet Chief Sakari of the Black Hebrew Israelites, because one, I'm gonna tell you, I've watched enough of their stuff that you're not gonna win a debate with them. They always fucking win because they know scripture so well and they're really good at arguing. And two, I'm willing to accept the fact, because I've talked to them like online a lot, right? That yes, okay, I am the product of the evil Yakub who spawned evil white people, and in the millennium I will be your slave. For the purposes of this conversation, that's fine. If you accept that, they can talk to you just fine. And those guys make the best rap music ever. Check out Israelite Boy by Euro X Obadiah. That shit is my jam. And I would love to meet those guys, even though I guess they're classified a hate group or whatever because they say they're the real Jews. But here's the thing. This is what's so funny about the Black Hebrew Israelites. If you actually get into the historical autism that they're talking about in the Torah, if they are, in fact, and it's possible that they are, the tribe of Judah, then almost everything else follows from that scripturally as correct.
There's a good chance they are.
It's a logically consistent belief system that the Black Hebrew Israelites have. Now, you have to then prove that they're not the tribe of Judah, which you can't do, which is why they always win.
I mean, look, dude, they're like... never mind. I was going to say it about Ethiopian Jews trying to...
Yes, no, that's part of it, yeah. That's the tribe of Judah. You are exactly right.
Current Ethiopia, you know what I mean? Like modern day, you know, being like not only exiled, but like, you know, like castrated and shit, I think.
Yep.
By a certain tribe.
The Black Hebrew Israelites have certain legitimate beefs. I'll say that as well. Like,
yeah, they do, as do many people. But yeah, certainly they do.
And why is it weird for me to want to just have a chat with that guy? I don't know. Like, that's the modern world we live in, though, guys.
I don't think that it is.
Isn't it a bit redundant to say Black Hebrew Israelites?
No, because
isn't Hebrew and Israelites the same thing?
No, well, no, because they're
apparently
really
not. It sounds like it. It sounds like it would be.
It sounds like it would be, but it's important to them.
Yeah,
I understand.
Black Hebrew and Israelite.
Right.
So Israelite is different from Hebrew. As an Israel, I'm assuming Israelite meaning of actual, born of the actual soil from thousands of years ago.
Joe Fish Jr. says in chat, you can't prove it. You have no proof to link to a tribe. Correct, but you can't disprove it, which is why they always win against people who are not as informed on the topic as they are. That's what actually is going on.
Shout out to Joe for keeping the chat going.
Yeah.
And
Joe's great.
He clearly knows his shit.
Hi, Liz.
He's correct. Yes.
Liz Antoinette and Roman.
The meat cake.
It's been a good turnout considering Sam wasn't here tonight. Oh wait, he was here through the whole show.
No, you've just been talking over him. He's here.
Well, that's why Sam's such a great interview. Everybody in the world feels comfortable talking over Sam.
Liz is here? Oh, hey, Liz.
She's in
Sammy, when did you get here?
People talk over Sam, what?
I've been here. No, shut up, Mort.
I'm kidding.
I'll talk over you. So
do it.
Let's go, Cripple.
I dare you. Do it.
Stop stuttering, Mort.
Come on, you coward.
Cripple fight.
Cripple fight. Let's go, bitch.
My brain is crippled. Does that count?
I've been waiting since the moment Mort came on as co-host.
I'm a woman. That's about even, right?
I have been waiting since the moment Mort joined the show as co-host to yell cripple fight, and it finally happened, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, beautiful. We were all here for this, ladies and gentlemen.
This was a historic moment on the Whitfield Report, I think.
Yeah.
Because he got to yell cripple fight at me when it was me and the fucking guy from Massachusetts. Sam got excited. Sam was like, yeah, it's a couple of massholes yelling at each other.
Yeah. the only thing that was disappointing to the audience, and I had to explain. I have to explain this to people. Like, yes, you are from Massachusetts, Max, but because you don't speak like uh
Bostonian.
yeah, like a fucking
Like I'm parking the car at
trailer.
Harvard Yard.
Yeah,
That's an
yeah.
awfully hot coffee pot.
Yeah. Since you speak like one of the Wahlbergs, everyone thinks that you're not from
He does when he's mad.
Massachusetts.
I got a
Notice when
funny
he's
one.
ranting, the accent comes out.
The pot we just got is the most New England name ever. It's called Wicked Fruity. It's
Wicked fruity.
Yeah,
That shit's wicked fruity, bro.
it's wicked fruity.
I love it.
I just love how I just love how you just you said to that one guy, I don't believe that you were in the I don't believe you, and that guy had like the most autistic like Massachusetts spurring out ever.
I gotta say, Secret Agent Man is one of my favorite moments since I've been on the show because I love that. I wish he would come back. Like, he got so mad, but he shouldn't have. I mean, admittedly,
You scared him off.
that is the
No,
first time as an adult grown man I have ever said to another adult grown man, "Are you think you're gonna cry right now?"
Oh my god. You bully.
He
No,
was gonna cry though.
No, and what's even
That's a
funnier
villain
is
thing to say.
But I'm
no,
totally the
no.
hero
Did
of
you
the
take his
Arcane is
lunch
the villain.
money? Did you take his lunch money too?
Basic in internet terms, I took his lunch money and stuffed him in a locker.
Fucking dick.
I'll link that
No.
in the Gilded after the show. It's pretty funny. I edited it together with like the song Secret Agent Man because he's pretending. Never
Of course you did.
Yeah, that was good stuff.
No, and what's even funnier is that he's friends with the guy who Apex bullied by making fun of Star Trek for like 5
Oh
minutes.
shit!
Yeah.
I forgot.
Yeah.
Oh no, you didn't. You got a Trekkie mad?
No, go ahead, Sammy.
Yes, well, so what happened was I had this one guy who came on my show, and I was going to like promote his podcast, and it was like a classic rock and metal podcast, which I thought was cool.
Oh, nice.
So I started asking him questions, and then he started going off autistically about like how he was a veteran and he served in Afghanistan, and how like and how he like had to kill like all these civilians because his commander like told him to. It was like a 180. It was like a 180 from like what I had planned. And then he just brings up Star Trek. Like, keep in mind, he just told me that he like massacred an entire village. And so I'm like, okay. And he's like, oh, and I like Star Trek. So then Apex pops in and starts like making fun of him, and that's when he loses it and like spurgs out, and then he rage quits. So yeah.
Well, if I can, just to clear from my end anyway, from what I remember,
Please.
I don't actually remember him necessarily talking about. I remember Star Trek being mentioned, which is why I brought it up. But I listened to him because I joined late, as I tend to do, because I was working. But he was in the middle of, I don't think it was killing people, but service, just going on and on about his service. And I just tried to jump in and contribute to the show. And I actually wasn't trying to fucking cause any issues at all. I just, I
That's the
used
same thing I said,
Star
by
Trek.
the way.
I used Star Trek as an analogy for like a communist utopia. I was
Oh
like,
yeah,
these.
that's right.
I was like,
Oh,
these
there you
people.
go.
I was like,
Federation.
these people are just hoping for fucking Star Trek in the now this communist fucking utopia, and he immediately snapped. Like literally.
You made the worst.
He kicked his dog.
You made the connotation between the most hated thing he has and the most beloved thing he has, and he was not going to take that.
And maybe subconsciously I did it on purpose.
Devastating.
He lost his shit. And again, I just kind of jumped into the show. This is in the middle of me being Sammy's co-host, but this was, again, a day he started the show because I was at work. And he had this guest that he was going to be interviewing. I was going to jump in later and, maybe add some commentary, whatever. But after like, I don't know, a minute or few minutes of just fucking with this dude, I'm like, dude, I don't give a look. Nobody gives a shit about your service. Military's fucking gay. You're a fucking tool. Blah 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 blah.
Just anything that was gonna piss him off.
Yeah, you're right. It just kind of hit kind of, I poked my finger through the hole and I just kind of started, and then again, after a short amount of this, it's maybe 5-6 minutes, I was like, all right, have a good rest of your show, Sammy. And I just bailed because I thought that was funny. And I just left Sammy with this enraged fucking dude.
Thank goodness. He just pulled the pin and ran.
For my credit, I did stick around and clean up my own mess with Secret Agent Boomer. He rage quit on me.
Oh, yeah, no, I just fucking... The truth is, though, I didn't mean for that to happen. And I was poking a little bit, but...
No, but it's the funniest possible outcome.
I genuinely thought, I'll just leave. And they can get back to normal. I tried to make it clear that I was just like a fucking provocateur. You don't got to worry about me. I'm not an affiliate. I didn't affiliate myself with Sammy so much. It wasn't like like an attack so much. You know what I mean? Like I was just fucking around. And I thought if I left, I don't know. I was it was very much a coward move. And everybody that listened to it was like, why the fuck did you leave? Like, I don't know, man. I got scared.
So did the guy enraged just start talking shit about you to Sam? Because that's funny.
I don't know. Maybe. He's not here, I guess, anymore to confirm or deny that.
Sammy?
But,
what did he say after Apex left?
Sammy's still here? I don't think he is.
I know with me, with the Secret Agent Boomer, I knew I was like in the thick of it. So I was like, well, I'll just outlast him. Because he already was talking about quitting like very early. There's Sam.
There he is. He's back.
Yeah, it was a shock. It was honestly a shock to me. Because I didn't come in to destroy the fucking thing. I just made an offhand communist reference to Star Trek because that's literally kind of what it is. Right,
you dropped a bomb and then left.
Yeah,
Apex breaking Sammy's toys.
Yeah, Sammy, you can fill in some. You had a question. Oh yeah, did that dude talk shit about me after I left, or did he just kind of?
Yeah. He talked. He talked shit about you, and then he asked why I had you on, and I'm like, well, he's my co-host. And,
oh no.
And he's like, well, your friend's a dick, and I'm like, well, and then I kind of got on his case. I'm like, well, to be honest, like, I was the one who invited you to talk about, like, about your podcast, and then you started talking about how you were how you just killed people for 10 years in the army, like
sticking up for your friend.
But
no, I know he's just being honest.
Yeah, he did that. He did that for me too, and to Sam's credit, he told Secret Agent Boomer, well, some of the shit you're saying, are you able to, like, I'd ask you the same questions. That's what we do here. I was like, damn, Sam, put him in his place.
Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah, well, I just told the guy, I'm like, look, I wanted to talk to you about your rock and roll podcast, and like, yeah, I want.
Oh.
And there he goes.
Dang it, Sammy. You and your damn cabin, no signal.
He's supposed to be on vacation anyway.
Oh,
yeah,
he's
yeah,
back.
I know.
Oh, there he is.
Yeah, I know. Signal's not
Speak,
great.
Sammy. The audience is here for you.
But no, I was just like, yeah, I invited you on to talk about your heavy metal podcast or whatever, and you're talking everything but that. So, and then they just like rage quit. So I was like, well, okay, that was a fun show, folks. Tune in next week.
Yeah, see,
So,
honest that's one of the only regrets I have as your co-host over the years, because that was a gold mine that I just bailed on. Like I could have, I mean, because I didn't even mean for that's the best. I mean, it was right there. It was
no,
right there, man.
but then what was also funny was people in the Discord that he and I were in were like, yeah, he does that. So
Missed opportunity.
don't
Oh, he
don't
just does, yeah.
yeah
But if I remember
yeah
correctly, he apologized later. You had him on again? Is that correct? You had him on at a sec, or at least you talked to him at a later date,
yeah
and he
yeah
apologized because he was fucking drunk as shit.
I talked to him like on another person's podcast, and
Yeah. That's what it was.
and then and then he apologized, and I'm like, okay, well,
That's good. He may live.
cool.
Yeah, that's good,
So
right? Yeah, he'll survive after fucking Cocaine Cripple 3. When we
so
reboot the series, going after somebody on land again.
Cocaine
right.
Cripple 3, the threatening.
Well, there's no better end to the show than Cocaine Cripple, I think. And I'm hot. I'm sweating my balls off. So, we've been at it about 2 hours. We can wrap this up with some plugs. Obviously, first and foremost, Sam, if you don't get cut out, what would you like to tell us about this wonderful book that you've written, The Fourth Estate?
you can buy it on Amazon, paperback and ebook, and we've had great sales in May, which is highly unusual considering that book sales usually drop off after 60 days, but we've got 90 days of good sales.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
So thanks everyone for that. And third book is coming soon, and
All the
I
moms out there who got it as a
really
present,
like
shout
it.
out.
And I'm actually going to give the people in the Gilded like a sneak preview of the cover here.
Oh, yay!
Too.
Nice.
Oh, link to the Gilded is in the description, chat.
Link to the Gilded is in the description,
So
chat.
yeah.
Also buy the Fourth Estate.
Also buy the Fourth
Estate.
Mortheous,
So
Bits and Bones, you got a little promo for us on the way out?
Yep, Bits and Bones tomorrow night, 9 p.m. EST. Me and the guys are gonna probably excoriate CDPR yet again this week, and I'm sure I know the guys have a couple of other topics that they're interested in. Probably gonna rip Sony apart again.
And of course,
Chibi, don't you have a promo too?
big debut
Don't you have something
this
coming
week?
soon?
Yes.
Yes, thank you guys. So catch the Sandwich Makers Saturday morning at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and listen to 4 married women talk shit.
There you go.
Hell yeah, dude.
We will share links in the.
That sounds fun.
On all the Twitters and the places you people find us normally, we'll be sharing links to that coming soon. And of course, next week, Sam will be back. I've made this crazy overlay to, be real subtle and nuanced about things. And I think it's worked okay. But of course, no one can fill the shoes of the epic co-host of this here show, The Whitfield Report. So Sam will be back in charge next week. I hope we had fun.
We did.
I certainly did.
So.
I love all of you guys.
And he only gave me the intro video, so we got no outro. So you know,
Thank
thank you for watching the Whitfield Report.
Thanks for listening to The Whitfield Report on the NGC Network. Please visit Sam's website at www.thesamwhitfield.com and support Sam on Patreon at patreon.com/Whitfield Report. Until next time, God bless, God save this great nation, and God, freedom, legacy, in that order.